Why is he shirtless? Wait, why is he shirtless? I mean, he's still wearing pants, he's still wearing shoes. Why is it just the shirt that came off? Is it because he's shirtless in real life? And if so, why is he shirtless in real life? Zayn, or what are you doing? Check out how he twirls the Keyblade. It literally just goes like in front of his or behind his hand because he can't. Because of that dumb grip, he can't twirl it, so it just like teleports to behind his hand somehow. You know how in Kingdom Hearts 2 they had that like really annoying, they're like just in the background, and right now they've got like crickets and like these like chirping noises in the background, like just listen.
I know.
This dialogue is so bad. God. Yeah, but you can have comfortable pants that aren't 4 feet wide. Look at this. It looks like he's wearing a dress. Straight up. I wouldn't mind, you know, how old did they say that Ven was? 16? So plus 12, he'd be 28. And then Terra would be 32, and Aqua would be exactly 30. I wouldn't mind seeing them actually be that age in Kingdom Hearts 3. But oh, we can't have that because the teens that are playing this game, they gotta relate, right? They gotta relate. But then Maleficent came in and she was like, on your 16th birthday, you will touch the spindle thingy and you will fall asleep. I don't know why she didn't just say you will die. I think she actually does say you will die. But she doesn't die, she just falls asleep, hence the name Sleeping Beauty. And then Merryweather, who hadn't given her gift yet, says, well, there will be one way for the sleep to be cured, and that's with true love's first kiss or something like that. Which, you know, she could have just made it, you can be cured just you know, because we say so, or because we feel like it, or because, you know, your parents like love you, or because I go up to you and I say this word that just magically heals you. But she had to specifically make it the prince. I don't know why. What if there was no prince? Oh, I forgot about this. I actually forgot about this.
But I also believe you have to make an effort to make them come true.
Which, like, yeah.
Yes, of course. But sometimes just believing in dreams is easier said than done.
I'm sorry, what?
Cinderella believes her dreams can come true. I wanted her to see that she is right.
Don't work hard to achieve your dreams, guys. Putting in the effort, you know, struggling to make all your dreams come true. Be sure to not do any of that. Just believe it hard enough and it'll come true. You know, don't try. Don't actually go out there. Don't actually, you know, do anything to forward your you know, you actually reaching and achieving your dreams and your goals. Just believe it. Just believe hard enough. Just keep on believing that it will happen, and that's all you need. You gotta believe! Guys, I believe that Kingdom Hearts 3 will be a good game. That's actually not true. That's actually not true. And as much as I wish that I could, I don't. Oh no, guys. I guess Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna suck. Because I believe.
I so want to get to the ball.
That's the third time, or the second time that she's been like, I so wanted to go to the ball, and now I so wanted to get to the ball. It sounds so out of like character. You know who's got less characterization and less I was gonna say less personality, but they're probably on par, to be honest. I was gonna say less characterization and less personality than Luna. Aqua. Come on, don't die now, you stupid bitch. Ugh. Stop fucking walking into the middle of them. Stay in the back. Cinderella, how about you fucking stay there? Oh my god. Stand still for 2 seconds. You're kidding me. You are fucking kidding me. There was one guy left.
Maybe just believing is enough.
No, Terra, that's a horrible lesson. Wow, that was really bad. Whoa, Prince, what are you doing there? That looks, is that just playing it backwards? I think it is. It looks so awkward. They're literally just playing the animation backwards so that they can loop it, and it looks so awkward, like a Riku, where he slowly was like, you know, I mean, are you my friend, or like, you know, what's going on? Whereas in this one, it's the exact opposite. Well, like Sora in that one, like he believed in Riku, and he was like, no, he's my friend. I know he wouldn't do that. Whereas in this one, it's like, no, Terra, you did do that, and he's like, I know, but it's like, no, you did it. It's actually the exact opposite of Kingdom Hearts 1. It's kind of ridiculous. Target the boss, please. I don't care about the violin. I get it, Shimamura. You were obsessed with violins when this game came out, but like literally putting one in the game? Oh no, it's Worst Girl. I'm gonna call her that every time she comes out, just for you, Brandon, just for you. Well, Bahamut, don't you remember the Dream Drop Distance said time works differently in every world? because that totally excuses them from ever having to think of anything about anything that happens between worlds. It's very convenient, you know, because in Kingdom Hearts 1 time is pretty much the same, but whenever they need it to be different, that's when it's different. It's a very convenient rule, you see. Sora's almost as dumb as Terra and DDD? No, Sora's like way worse. Come on. You guys are giving Terra a hard time. You guys are giving Terra such a hard time. You're all complaining about how bad Terra is, and then you turn around and like 3 people in a row are like, OMG, Aqua, best girl. She is just as bad, if not worse than Terra. Terra, why would you even for a split second entertain the idea of just killing a random innocent person? And also, people blame Terra. They're like, oh, it was Terra's fault that everything that's gone wrong is happening, because if he had just seen that Xehanort was evil, then he could have, you know, not gotten possessed. But you know what Aqua did? She saved him, knowing that he was possessed, from falling into the realm of darkness. So really, she did that more directly than Terra getting possessed. So if anyone is to blame for the Xehanort stuff happening, it's her, not him. Like, anyone will just, any clear villain, and again, people are like, oh, Terra, you should have clearly seen that this person was a villain. Okay, whatever, it's obvious to the audience because duh. But maybe it's not obvious to the characters, but like, a clear villain will go up to Aqua and will be like, you know, your friend Terra, he did this thing, and instead of believing her own friend, she will instantly be like, I've seen the stuff you've done, Terra, you're doing all these horrible things. Which he's not, by the way, but he thinks he's doing so also because the writers think that he's doing horrible things, even though he's really not. Axel has a character arc where at the beginning of the game, I mean, admittedly, we don't get to see the full arc, but at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2, and even in Chain of Memories, he's kind of a heartless son of a bitch who doesn't care about anybody but himself. He's just out there, you know, trying to get rid of the people that he wants to get rid of. He's killing people left and right, and he's really just not doing anything. And then eventually he gets close to Roxas, and he learns to appreciate somebody. You know, he's actually got someone that he cares about, but he cares about them too much. So, and then in Kingdom Hearts 2, he's willing to have other people die just so that he can be with his friend, but at the end he learns that that's not the right thing to do. He learns that his friend is gone and that doing all of the things that he did just to get him back wasn't right, even if it was something that made him happy. So he makes up for it by sacrificing himself for the cause of the person that he has been against this entire game, and he helps them. That's a character arc right there. I'm not saying Cage characters don't have arcs. I never said that Cage characters don't have arcs. I'm saying these 3 don't have arcs because they don't really. I don't know why her breaking the potion on that sucked Terra into the mirror. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know. This is a problem that wasn't even a problem in Birth by Sleep or Dream Drop, but it is in 0.2. And it's the fact that since it's a PS4 game, they wanted to add like all these like realistic little in-between animations for everything that's going on, which just generally makes the game feel a lot slower. And I think a lot of Japanese games needlessly do that. 15 did that, even though it's an action game. But like, you look at games like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, they don't do that because it takes less control away. It takes more control away from the character. And I wish that they didn't have that in 0.2. Yeah, apparently Mickey had a Keyblade before the one that he found in Kingdom Hearts 1 because, you know, whatever. Who cares? What was that? Did he just have a vision? Hold up, did Terra just have a vision of what was gonna happen? What? Okay. That's So Raven in Kingdom Hearts 3 confirmed, guys. I said in one of my recent videos at Dream Drop that I didn't think Dream Drop was going to be that important, and so many people were in the comments were like, oh, you got to be joking, right? Oh my god, like, how could he say that? Or clearly a fake Kingdom Hearts fan if he thinks that Dream Drop is unimportant. But it's like, actually look at what the situation was like at the beginning of Dream Drop and what the situation was like at the end of Dream Drop. And what really happened. Riku became a master, which doesn't really mean anything. It just means he has the title now. Lee has a Keyblade, which kind of came out of nowhere, even in the game. It's not like there was a whole thing about that. Okay, I died. Lee has a Keyblade now, which kind of came out of nowhere, so it's not like they set that up and it was a story. It just kind of happened. The villain didn't accomplish anything. He told us his plan, but we already knew that he was coming back encoded. He didn't do anything. He came back, almost took Sora, but then didn't took Sora, and they all returned to their original times. That's it, really. Like, nothing else happened. It's the same thing that I've been saying about Union Cross for years. Just because they mention something in a game, or because they talk about it, doesn't make that game important. Because when it comes back in Kingdom Hearts 3, they'll inevitably explain what it is and what it does then, within the context of what we need it for, right? So they can mention the box all they want. They can mention the Tomb of Prophecy all they want. They can show Xehanort's Key, but they can do all these other things. It doesn't matter, because how does that affect Sora? How does that affect his story and his conflict? It doesn't, really. Yeah, but here's the thing, Born. They all came back, and they did nothing. And then they left back to wherever they came from. So in Kingdom Hearts 3, they're all gonna come back and actually do something. So what was the point of them coming back in Dream Drop? They didn't accomplish anything. They just came back to say, we're gonna come back again sometime. Like, the plot of the first game was like life or death. It was like the end of the universe, right? And then they turn back and they say, oh, that wasn't the actual plot. That was just, you know, that was just a fake guy doing this thing, and he was actually this guy. And then in Birth by Sleep, they turn around and they say, okay, well, that wasn't even the actual plot. It was just the you know, the fake, and that was the secondary plan of the plot. And it's like they just keep turning around and saying like that. So how would it feel if you in Kingdom Hearts 4, someone comes along and says, oh, that's Xehanort and the whole thing with the 13 and like everything, that was just the secondary plan. My real plan, I actually wanted to lose, and you did exactly what I wanted you to do. And like, it's just get over that. Just make a new plot. You don't have to tie it all in. It's fine if Kingdom Hearts 4 has a story that's separate from this. It could still have the same characters. You could still be the same world. It could still, you know, continue this game. It doesn't have to be about the same villains. It doesn't have to be the same story, per se. No, it would not be Maleficent. If it turns out that Maleficent was behind everything, it was actually Pete controlling Maleficent controlling Xehanort all along. In the game, or in Kingdom Hearts 2, they make it look like the nobodies all have these elemental powers because they're nobodies. But as we find out here, no, it turns out they all had those powers already. wait, what was that? He's got super hops too? Oh my god, I can't believe I never seen that before. I never paid attention to it. That's hilarious. Cause like, that's the thing about Kingdom Hearts, right? Like, everyone says, oh, Xehanort's goal is to have a, you know, balance between light and dark, which isn't a bad goal. That is how the world should be, but it's just his way of approaching it. But it's like, is it though? I mean, what have we ever seen that has, led us to believe that that is true? Everyone who's ever used dark has always been bad, except for Riku, who uses both. It's not even just dark. And everyone who uses light has been good. Look at how powerful this man is, dude. He just fucking deflects shots without even, like, doing anything. He's just there. He's just standing. He would have totally shot you, like, 13 times by now, Xehanort, so, like, maybe don't have him on your side. Clearly, he doesn't like you.
But I can't say that I approve either.
Well, rules don't apply when you're up against the unversed.
I thought he was gonna say, rules don't apply to me, bitch. No, Aqua saved him, knowing that he was already possessed. Like, Terra, you could fool that, like, they're making it obvious for the audience. But also, he, like we were talking about yesterday, Xehanort seemed pretty genuine in some of those parts. Aqua knew that he was evil, knew that he was possessed, and still saved him. It was her fault that everything happened. Way more than Terra's. Because, like, oh, well, yeah, what was Terra gonna do about getting possessed, you know? It was his fault for getting possessed. What an idiot, right? What a fucking dumbass. He got possessed by an evil, powerful man using darkness. What an idiot. What an idiot. Yeah, and she also left Ven there just in a coma. It's like, not only are you screwing yourself over and the world because you're letting Xehanort out. Wow, that was short. But you're also leaving Ven there in a coma in the castle. For no good reason, really. Like, I mean, I know why, because there was a mysterious room in Kingdom Hearts 2 that they talked about that they needed something better to be in, but like, in the actual story, there was no reason for her to leave him there. He struck down his master because he was going to kill Ven, who was his friend, who Terra actually cared about, unlike Aqua, who pretty much throughout the entire game showed that she didn't give a shit about Terra or Ven. Also, he was giving into the darkness because Xehanort told him that that's what he should do, and he's his superior, and guess what? He was right! He was right! Because Riku gave into the darkness and it just made him more powerful. It made him a more balanced person. Why did they flash back to that? Oh god. God, kill me. Can you guys picture just for a split second, like, yourself in the year 2010, when Birth by Sleep came out, when you were playing this, and just imagine if anybody had told you that Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to come out in 9 years. That was like about as long as the Kingdom Hearts series had been out at that point. It might have even been less, because it came out 2002 and it was 2010. It had only been out for 8 years. The Kingdom Hearts series was 8 years old, and if someone went up to you during Birth by Sleep and told you that it was going to come out in 9 years, God, it's so ridiculous.
But I will not let you hurt my friend.
You see, he was just going on this whole journey, learning about how friendship is important, and now he comes back and this guy's trying to kill his friends. Of course he's not gonna let that. He's not a bad guy. Also, they notice how they stopped talking about the Kingdom Shader like immediately after they announced it, because it was a stupid thing to well, whatever. Does the People's Keyblade just stay after they die? What if they didn't have it summoned when they died? She's got 2 rows of eyelashes. It looks so weird. Does anyone see that? Does anyone but me see that? She has 2 rows of eyelashes. Are they fake? They're fake lashes. You could see it underneath. But they don't have keychains, so they're not really Keyblades. They're just kind of there. Why doesn't Sora just come here and pick up like 20 of them? What happens if Aqua taps the thing on her other arm? Because she has 2. Oh, now we get to see the shitty version of this scene. So he's got 2 rows of eyelashes too, but then they have none on the bottom lash. I guess, but you don't know where Riku got it from. Maybe it just came to him. Maybe that was Riku's Keyblade. Because Riku's Keyblade went to Sora, and they never explained how he got the other one other than just it transformed, which is such a bullshit, like, cop-out answer. What is that? Can any weapon just transform into a Keyblade? People just accept it at face value, but it's so dumb. But I've talked about this before, Bahamut, how you say some things you just have to accept in Kingdom Hearts, and, like, yeah, that's true, but, like, when they do bother to go out of their way to explain something like that, then it's like, oh, Nomura's a genius. He planned it all along. He must have known from the beginning because of you. It all makes sense. But if something doesn't make sense or they just make up a rule for it, then people are like, you just kind of have to accept it. It's Kingdom Hearts. You can't have it both ways, guys. And like this right here, this is another bullshit rule that they came up with just because they already had his armor in Kingdom Hearts 2. If you get possessed and you happen to activate your armor right at the second that you get possessed and the guy splits his soul and his body disappears, then you can save your soul in the armor. But like, what are the chances of that ever happening? Why would there be a stupid rule like that? It's just because in Kingdom Hearts 2 the armor was there and you had to... No, whatever. Why'd you drop that Keyblade? You could keep that Keyblade. Xehanort. You could have 2 Keyblades. So Kingdom Hearts 3 got leaked, by the way, guys. Did you guys hear about that? I'm not going to be talking about any of the leaks. I saw all of them. There was not anything worth talking about, honestly, but I wouldn't talk about them anyways. The day December 15th, 2018 will forever be remembered as the day that Kingdom Hearts 3 finally came out. And I was making the joke on Twitter like, hey guys, I guess it really did come out in 2018 after all. God, these finish commands are so stupid. I didn't talk about that at all with Terra, but really, like, they do nothing but interrupt your combo. Like, what if you're fighting an enemy in the air and you get the finish command? Well, sorry, you just kind of have to do the finish command. Command deck is overhated. I think it's pretty dumb. To be fair though, the command menu is not that great either. Like, and I don't think enough people talk about that. It is a turn-based menu on a real-time action game. Like, let's not pretend that that's not exactly what it is. They just took a Final Fantasy menu from the PS1. Even Final Fantasy doesn't use that anymore. They took a PS1 Final Fantasy menu and they put it in an action game, and I really think that they should just get rid of it, because like we're at the point where Final Fantasy, when they do action games, they don't use the command menu. Like Type 0 didn't use that, 15 didn't use that, but Kingdom Hearts still does. Like, why? I swear, guys, like literally their entire mentality of how do we make a hard boss is just throw everything at them. Don't give them time to react. This is what I'm telling everybody, and you guys should listen to this. When you actively try to avoid spoilers, you're only gonna end up getting spoiled. That is a fact. That is a truth of life. If you try to not get spoiled, you will get spoiled. Compared to when you just don't care. There's been times where like stuff comes out and I just don't care, and I never see a single spoiler for it ever. So like, just don't be like one of those people that are like, I'm gonna get off the internet for 6 months. I'm gonna shut everything down. I'm gonna go outside. Don't do that. Only weird people go outside. Keep living your life. You're probably not gonna see anything major pop up on Twitter. And if you do, I mean, like, what could it possibly be? Like, let's be real. What could possibly happen in KH3? That would be so shocking. No one's gonna die unless, you know, the villains are gonna die. No good guy's gonna die. Not really. No one's ever died in this entire series. And like, what? Sora's gonna defeat Xehanort? That's it. Like, what could it possibly be that you accidentally see that's so shocking? I'm really not a fan of the official Keyblade that they sell, though, I gotta say, because it's like such a toy. It literally is just a toy. Like, it has a little light when you press a button on it, and it makes pew pew noises. Like, it's so dumb. Why can't they just make a legit, well, whatever. Look at that castle, bro. That shit looks so impractical. It's literally nothing but like 10 towers in a row. Like it's tower, 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 and then the entrance. Imagine if you're like at the top of one of the towers and you have to get to the other one. You have to walk, because there was no elevators. You have to walk all the way to the bottom floor, then over, and then all the way back up. Ven help. But the subtitles are right. Like the subtitles are normal, but his dialogue is dumb. See, like he said pretty twice. Zuxuk, but it said okay. Okay? Like what? Kerfi Rusafi. But it says Lucifer in the subtitles. It's so weird. The subtitles are like the translation of his gibberish. Where are the other mice and bro? Those are models that you'd have to waste money on. You think they'd do that? Come on. But seriously, the guy that stole Case 3 is gonna be paying a lawsuit for the rest of his life. No, he's not. No, he's not. He'll be fine. He will be fine. Nothing is gonna happen to him. People are overreacting. He just stole a couple games, and like people are thinking that they're gonna launch an FBI investigation for this guy. Like, I get that you care about Kingdom Hearts 3 that much, but most people don't, honestly. It's nothing's gonna happen to him. Look, all I'm saying is, like, I'm not saying that you should steal games because it's fine, because obviously it's not, and like, yeah, that it was a pretty bad thing that he did. But honestly, at this point, he got away with it. It's like, they're not gonna, it's not the type of thing, you know, if somebody works at a convenience store and they steal a can of soup and the guy goes running, you're not gonna call the police to chase that guy. He stole a fucking can of soup. Like, big deal. Disney is the biggest film company in the world. Kingdom Hearts is nothing to Disney. If this happened to one of their movies, maybe. If this happened to one of their projects, maybe. This is not even their project. This is a game that they lent their properties to. They don't care about Kingdom Hearts. Disney has way bigger problems than some guy. Do you honestly think that Disney, as you just said, the biggest film company in the world, is gonna be going after a guy that stole 10 copies of a game that has some of their characters but wasn't even made by them from a retailer that we're not even sure? Like, think about the situation for a little bit, guys. Yeah, there was like some people claiming that the guy who stole the games was supposedly part of a mob in his city. And then when people asked for sources, he was like, well, I'm not going to post the sources, but here's the message. And it was a Facebook message of him saying, yeah, I got connections. I know people that know people. It's kind of, you know, like a little mini mob. He said it as a joke. And because of that, the guy was over here saying, oh, he's part of a local mob in his city and all this stuff. It's like, guys, I get that you're mad. And like what he did was pretty bad, yes, but like, you're not making the situation better by lying about it, because then maybe some of the truths that you might have said now people are skeptical for, because I mean, he lied about that. What's stopping him from lying about this other stuff? And it's that way. Yeah, it's that way with a lot of video games, Louise. Like, people are like, oh, why should I be able to jump into Kingdom Hearts 3 and understand the story if it's 3? But it's like so many. Practically every major game series is like that. Let's look up a list of best-selling game series, and we'll see how many of them you need to have played all the other games to understand it. Mario, you don't. Pokemon, you don't. Grand Theft Auto, you don't. Call of Duty, you don't. And then we got FIFA, Wii, Sims, Tetris, Minecraft, Need for Speed, Final Fantasy, Madden, Mario Kart, Sonic, Wii Sports, Lego, Assassin's Creed, Zelda, Resident Evil, Tom Clancy, Gran Turismo, Dragon Quest, Star Wars. I guess you could argue Halo. There we go. Halo is the first one that's come up in the list that has a long-running story. And even then, you don't really need to have played the other ones. Like, the story still makes sense. Tomb Raider, don't need to. Oregon Trail, Just Dance, WWE, Battlefield, Donkey Kong, you don't need to. Crash Bandicoot, you don't need to. Elder Scrolls, you don't need to. Monster Hunter, you don't need to. Metal Gear, there's another one that has a long-running story. But again, you could jump into Metal Gear Solid 5. You'll be fine. Tekken, Wii Fit, Pac-Man, Lineage, Uncharted. Uncharted's probably the closest one, but even then you could jump into Uncharted 4 and you'll pretty much be okay, because it's not as focused on it, and each game kind of has its own self-contained plot. Street Fighter, Guitar Hero, Harry Potter, Civilization, Dragon Ball, Mario Party, Medal of Honor, Smash Bros, Diablo, Kirby, Mortal Kombat, NBA Brain Age, The Witcher, Mega Man, Fallout, James Bond, Tony Hawk, Nintendogs, Borderlands, Ratchet & Clank, Animal Crossing. Pretty much all of these, you can jump into any game. And there's Kingdom Hearts way down there. Pretty much any of these games you can jump in, and you'll be relatively okay, with a few exceptions, like the ones that I pointed out. Even games that have long-running series like Resident Evil. It's like Resident Evil has a story that goes through all the different games, you could still play Resident Evil 7 and you'll be fine. You could play Metal Gear Solid 5 and you'll be fine. Because that's just more of a thing with video games. With video games, it's not like movies or books where you can just go back and read them or go back and watch them. With video games, you actually need to play them, which takes a long time. Also, systems and versions of games are things that people need to deal with, and some games are just so old that are just not really that accessible or playable anymore, which is not really true with films or books. You can't really compare them. And even when you do compare it to like Mass Effect, for example, all the Mass Effect games came out really close to each other, and they were all relatively similar when it comes to gameplay. And people knew that they were story-driven games. The main thing about them was their story. With Kingdom Hearts, it's been 13 years, and also it's not even 3 games. It's so many spin-offs on the handhelds and remasters and collections and stuff. Like, no other series is like that. So the fact that you say, oh, why should people be able to jump into Kingdom Hearts 3 and expect to understand the story? Because most video games are like that. Also, I'm gonna say, I like how in the movie, they're always fighting if her dress, like the two fairies, Flora and Merryweather, are always fighting over if her dress should be pink or blue. And in this one, they avoided it by just making it the middle, purple. It's because a lot of stuff in Kingdom Hearts was just excuses for stuff that happens in the future. So all of Birth by Sleep makes no sense, because it only makes sense to a Kingdom Hearts fan because they only wrote this stuff to make sense of what already happened in the future. As a standalone story, it doesn't make any sense. And I think that this is perhaps best explained or expressed when, with the thing that I've already talked about, Braig, Zigbar, whatever you want to call him, I guess he's Braig in this game. When I first played Birth by Sleep, my very first thought, keep in mind that this was before I even knew that Birth by Sleep was a prequel. I just knew that Birth by Sleep was the first one in the timeline, and I was like, alright, cool. So I went to this one, and when I saw Braig and him interacting with Xehanort, without knowing that this was a prequel, in my mind I was like, that feels like the type of forced relationship that you would make because characters know each other in a future game, but they need to have met each other in this one. I literally thought that, not knowing that this game was a prequel, not knowing that that is exactly what it was, and that is exactly what it was. God, these are all just a very unfortunate coincidences that Terra just happens to accidentally do kind of stuff that might be misconstrued as evil, and everybody in the world just happens to bring it up to Van. Oh wait, they fall asleep too? What? She can, what? That is so stupid. She can make her own minions fall asleep, guys. Oh my god, that is so dumb. It's like, yeah, like most people don't tend to assume that the most interesting part in people's lives already happened by the time that a story, unless that's what the story's about, like, you know, someone's like retired or something like that. But like in most stories like this, where there's like a hero and like a call to action or something, we don't typically tend to assume that the hero also lived another life thousands of years ago that he just magically gained eternal youth for. And it just has nothing to do with this story. It's just kind of happened standalone, and they don't even talk about it really.
Hey, say there, is there any particular reason why you're holding your Keelan in such a stupid way? You'd think that if you go to a formal academy, they would teach you how to fight in a pretty consistently similar fashion, but here you are, holding it like a fucking dumbass. Huh?
Let's say, I have a feeling we are destined to cross.
Prequel. Stupid prequel syndrome. Gotta love it. Imagine if someone just said that in a normal game, like in KH1 you just meet some random character that has nothing to do with anything, and then someone's like, I'm sure that we'll meet again. And you're like, what the fuck? That would make no sense. It's so dumb. They're such good fucking friends, dude. They literally both told him, fuck off, Van. I don't need your help. Go home. Such good friends. Look at his face.
Now this right here. Ta-da!
What even are those?
You're just jealous.
What the actual fuck? How is that a weapon in any fucking way? Does Lee not remember Roxas? Like, when he meets Roxas, does he not question why he looks identical to Ventus? Or does he know that Ventus has a connection to Sora, has a connection to... well, whatever. I mean, a lot of them met Ventus and Roxas. Every organization member that he just interacted with right now met him, and also met Roxas. Do they know? What are they doing too, by the way? Are they like applying to work at the castle as like scientists or what? I'm gonna save just because last time that I was watching someone play through this part, their game may or may not have crashed right before the boss. And I'll save a 17th time just in case, guys. No reason in particular. Holding your sword reverse grip is like running with your arms behind you, Naruto style. Only edgy teens think it's cool. Oh yeah, no, young Xehanort has the reverse grip. Saïx, when his weapon goes like all like mega form, uses the reverse grip. Mulan on the second visit uses reverse grip. Mickey during his one visit or during his one scene after Goofy dies uses the reverse grip. And when Sora takes Riku's Keyblade and dual wields it with his, he's holding Riku's Keyblade reverse grip. Trust me, I've paid attention to all of this way too much. Are they supposed to be the same age? Because Xehanort is supposed to be like 80. Ericus doesn't look 80 though. I mean, I guess he looks old, but not 80. No, Light Waffle, Ericus does not die. His heart goes inside Terra, because bullshit. He doesn't die. No one has died in this franchise. Not one person except for Strelitzia. This is the thing that I was talking about before. They take the light out of Ventus and he goes into a coma. But like, they're supposed to be equal, right? The whole thing that was special about Ventus is that his heart is exactly half light and half dark. And he took all the dark out and he made Vanitas. Yet, both of them have an equal amount of brokenness inside them. And yet Vanitas, look at him, he's fine. And Ventus goes into a coma. What the hell? He's standing up. He's perfectly fine. He's listening. He's talking. He's fine. And Ven is over here dying. This guy just came into existence, and he's perfectly fine. I think I talked about this, how the voice actor of Noctis, Ray Chase, tweeted a while ago that like the amount of times that he'll go up to somebody and that he thinks is cosplaying Noctis, and he'll be like, "Hey, what's up?" like at a convention or something, but then it turns out that they're cosplaying Riku, is too high. Like, it's happened to him a few times. Which is kind of funny. I like how all three of us came in from the exact same place, but like we're all, for some reason, coming in, like walking into here from different spots. I don't know. Maybe we're wondering for a while. Ven, you have a reverse grip. You could stab him. Just move your hand back. Just slash him. He's literally holding you in a spot where you could perfectly cut him. You could stab him right in the chest. Ven. God. The one time, guys. The one time. The literal one situation where the reverse grip might actually come in use and be somewhat useful, and he does nothing but stand there whining and moving around. Is this the first time Aqua's ever met him too? Like, to these two, who the hell is this guy? By now he's already got the yellow eyes. He already got Norded by the end of Birth by Sleep. Other thing that makes no sense, Ven's heart, supposedly half light, half dark, but when his heart was split, and you see him talking to Sora, like, when Sora's supposedly being born and giving him light to restore the rest of his heart, he's only missing like max a quarter of this thing. But supposedly it's half his heart. Exactly. Like, they have a whole thing writing on the fact that it is exactly half of the heart. So how did they fuck up something that simple? What was that? What are you supposed to do at that point when he's just got 1 HP? Oh jeez. Oh my god. What the? Okay, that seems fair. I really love it when you spend an entire game getting to know the system and you know the how the gameplay works and setting up so you can have the best deck and, you know, all the abilities that are customized to your moveset and how you like to play the game, and then it just flips it right at the end and tells you, no, play it how we want you to play it, because fuck you. Oh my god! I pressed the triangle thing. I don't know what they want me to do. They expect you to like just spam triangle because he keeps doing the move, but if you spam triangle and a prompt for circle or X or square comes up, then you're screwed. I don't know how they consistently fucked up this boss so much every single time you fight him, all like 5 times or whatever. It's not a matter of being good at the game, Wacky. It's the matter of the game being bullshit. It's like saying, I'm gonna go practice getting good at rock, paper, scissors. The fact that I've beat this game twice and never knew that that's what you had to do for the boss just goes to show like how poorly designed it is. People just did whatever until eventually they got it right, and maybe on easier difficulties it was a little easier. Like, what are you supposed to do there? I used the splicer when he teleported. You guys said splicers when he teleports. I used the splicer when he teleported. What does the game want me to do? And I'm already dead. Look at how much I've fucking got on the thing, and I've got 0 HP. Yeah. Like, I saw it instantly and instantly reacted to it. I went up on the thing and I pressed triangle, and there was nothing I could do. I literally did exactly what I was supposed to do. He did the move, and I did the move at the exact same time before he even hit me, and he still fucking killed me. I fucking hate this game so much. What happened? I was done. Did I miss something? I probably missed some prompt, right? Nope. There was no prompt. I don't know why I didn't get it the first time then. It just missed. Wow. Oh, and then people ask me why I'm worried for the gameplay of Kingdom Hearts 3 when it's the same team. Admittedly, no, that was not hard to do. What I just did there, that was not hard. The fact that that is how you're supposed to, or not how you're supposed to do it, but that is like how you do it to beat him not frustratingly. Like, one of the commands just doesn't work, the other one can just auto-kill you, and one of them is uber broken, and your final move can miss. They really don't tell you anything. They just kind of throw you in. First of all, how are you supposed to figure out that you're supposed to do what he is doing exactly? Second of all, don't do the one move because it'll just kill you. Third of all, the other move does not work. If you try it, it just will not work. And the last move, if you just do that, then you'll win the fight alone. And then you'll get the final prompt, but sometimes it could just miss. Great fucking gameplay design right there. Yeah, the hair. Now let me stop.
Oh.
She looks nothing like Cinderella, Prince. What the hell? Why does she have like a part of her combo is like her like just going diagonal? It's so weird. That one, right there. Like, how is that? It looks so dumb. Yeah, this roll's really annoying. It's like so unnecessary. Why do you have to do a full freaking cartwheel every time you roll? Oh god, thank you, Cinderella. For a split second, I thought that we might have to look at a original Kingdom Hearts character without shoes, and that would honestly just haunt my nightmares for the rest of my life. If water is wet, does that mean that Aqua is wet? No, because Aqua is not water. Also, it's debatable as if water is actually wet. Yeah, have you guys ever realized how stupid the chessboard in Kingdom Hearts looks? Because like all the squares for the chess pieces are not squares, they're like diamonds. How do you play like that? They didn't even, like, no explanation. They just threw us right on the boss. I guess they really didn't feel like trying with this world. But yes, it is true, because people say, oh, Kingdom Hearts fans that have never touched a Final Fantasy game in their life, they're like, oh, like Final Fantasy almost has nothing to do with Kingdom Hearts, until you realize that every single one of the magic and the moves and the limits and like all that stuff is all copied straight from Final Fantasy. The fact that there's Ultimanias is copied from Final Fantasy. The fact that there's Final Mixes is copied from Final Fantasy. Like, it is a Final Fantasy game in all but name. And I guess with that comes a bit of Latin, too. I could recite you the entire O Magnum. It's O Magnum Mysterium et Admirabile Sacramentum ut Animalia Viderent Dominum Natum Iacentem in Presepio Beata Virgo cuius viscera meruerunt portare Dominum Natum. I almost said Lesum. Is it Lesum? No, Dominum Natum Christum. Alleluia. And then there's the Gloria in excelsis Deo et intera pax omnibus bonae voluntatis laudamus te, benedicimus te, adoramus te, glorificamus te, and that's about as much Latin as I know. The amount of times that I've sung songs with those lyrics is in the dozens. People are so lazy, they'll just put those lyrics, like if they write a choir song and they don't know what lyrics to put, it's like they'll just look up an old Latin hymn and they just use the same one so much. No, Nomura hates Crisis Core because it was made by Tabata, and he's still jealous of Tabata for taking Versus or 15 away from him. Guys, that's the real reason Tabata quit. Tabata quit because Nomura kept, like, bullying him. Honestly, Sonic, I said that I was not going to buy Smash if Sora gets confirmed, but at this point, I'm not buying it anyways, so might as well get Sora in there. Why not? Why not? I mean, I'm not gonna buy it. Aqua's old enough to be a productive member of society, yet here we are. That's how you know you've been playing too much Birth by Sleep. You can tell what the melding does without even checking a guide. God, I hate my life. But to be fair, I've never really dabbled with anything outside of like European languages, with the exception of Japanese when I went through my weeb phase like everyone fucking did. And don't pretend that every single one of you in this chat hasn't at some point in your life attempted to learn a bit of Japanese. Like, people that like are are, quote, weebs or whatever. I don't say that as an insult. It's like, you like anime, you like Japanese video games, you're a weeb. Just fucking don't even, just don't argue. And like, they'll learn Japanese to not be weebs, right? To like respect the culture and whatever. But at some point I was like, I mean, I'm not learning the language because I like it. I'm learning the language because I like stuff from the country. And in some ways, I found that more insulting than just not learning the language at all. And so I stopped because I wasn't really having that much fun. They're going to the future, but then what are we going to do? Are we going to fight Ansem and Xemnas? Okay, let's say that we kill Ansem and we kill Xemnas. Then they're not going to be able to go back in time to the point where they got them from in the past and be there so that Sora kills them in the past. Also, why did they let themselves die if they were both just there for some secondary bullshit plans anyways? Like, they lost for these causes that weren't even what they actually believed in, just so that they could now have to time travel into the future instead of just being there normally. And you could say, well, it's so Xehanort could come back, but now you have to go back and time travel 2 people into the future instead of just 1 with Xehanort. It doesn't make sense. Goofix? That's not even, you didn't even try, man. You didn't even try. You just put an X at the end of Goofy. Goofix? Somebody come quick? That's a Goofy line. What the hell, Horace? Oh, Fruit Ball, no! No! No, I forgot! Oh, God! I'm taking the advice of whoever said just spam triangle. Oh, they're still winning! Why do the goals move? Mine and theirs. It's, not very helpful. Oh, no, come on, come on. Not now, not now. There's only 30 seconds left. No, we're tied! No, they're winning! What the fuck? 4 seconds left! Don't bullshit me with this. Come on! They literally beat me in the last literal second. Oh man, we're tied? How did that happen? I was like 3 ahead of them like 5 seconds ago. Stop catching up to me. Stay behind, you stupid boots. You're literal boots. You guys are all boots. What the fuck? Gotta keep this lead for 20 seconds. I'm just gonna guard my fucking goal. I'll be good. Just 10 seconds, guard the goal. There's no way they could get 3 in fucking 10 seconds. Oh my god. Oh my god, they're doing it. They did it! They got 4, they got 5. They got 6 in the last 10 motherfucking seconds? I fucking hate this game. I fucking hate this game. I just fucking had to go and open my big mouth and say there's no way they could get 3 points since it's fucking 10 seconds, right? And then they got 6. Like, I got double what they got right now. There's 1 fucking minute left. What are you talking about jinxing it? I'm not jinxing it. I got this in the bag. There is no way in hell that they could ever come up from the back and win right now. Am I jinxing it? I'm not jinxing it. This is so easy. Look at that. I got 24 and they got 10. That's not even half. That's not even half of what I got. There is no way in hell that in these last 22 seconds they could possibly get 100 fruit. Do your worst, game. There we go. What's up with these bananas? Why are the bananas normal size? They all got 1 vote each. Actually, no. Because Aqua should have gotten 1 vote, Terra should have gotten 2 votes, and Ven should have gotten 3 votes. Because Horace voted for Aqua, Chip and Dale voted for Terra, and Huey, Dewey, and Louie voted for Ventus. Why did they tie? Where did all the other votes come from? It seems like everyone in this freaking world likes Aqua. Phil, Zach, Hades.
He's already here.
Don't, Zach.
Why not? She's so dumb. Because they didn't feel like programming a Zach party member AI. What does Ven look like? A Raxus if he Sora's nobody? Because bullshit. Because they made a plot twist at the end of KH2 in the secret cutscene where there was a guy that looked identical to Roxas, and they had to find a way to tie that in, so they just made up this bullshit thing about how Ventus's heart goes inside Sora and blah blah blah. Who cares? Who carsStitch can honestly pass for an unversed. I'm surprised she didn't kill him right off the bat. People are still calling him the Osaka team. I mention that every time that people do it. Like, I only ever hear Kingdom Hearts fans call them that. Like, some people think that that's their official name. It's like, no, they call them the Osaka team because they were located in Osaka. That's like saying, oh, our New York division and our Boston division. And people are calling it, oh, the developer, Boston division. No, that's just what they called it. Because it's the team that's in Osaka. God. Missed the time when there was only one Keyblade wielder. Now everyone and their mom has a Keyblade. Well, even in the first game, there was 3 Keyblades, though. So, yeah. You have earned the Keyslinger trophy. Boom! What can I say, Neo? There it is. There it is. I did it. Man, that wasn't even that hard. I could have... Guys, I did this game in Proud, and I didn't even have to. Because I got the 9,999 enemies anyways. I just made it hard on myself for nothing. Damn. Why doesn't he get stunned? These bosses in this game are so bullshit. I like how, like, there is no aerial animation for going into a what's it called? Command style. So if you go into a command style while you're knocked up in the air, you'll just like get dragged back down to the fucking ground like a fucking hand came straight out from hell just pulling you down. It is really bad. Why does he heal himself? Oh, bosses that heal themselves are so dumb. Why is there so many of them in this game? Like, why aren't you in the armor? Why isn't she just in the armor? I mean, I know why, because in KH2 she wasn't. Whatever. Also, I like how he supposedly died because he got stabbed in like the one part where his body is already a hole. I thought Ventus's Keyblade was supposed to be with Sora and Terra's Keyblade with the Lingering Well. What the hell? Yeah, it's another one of those things that you're just not supposed to think about in this setting. It's like, well, how did she eat? How is she not just dead? Well, no, because they gotta keep the protagonists young. This is a Japanese game. What do you think? We can have someone that's like older than 25? Oh shit! Fuck! I'm talking about. What the hell? You can't just hit me with that out of nowhere. Jesus. Before we end the stream, though, I guess let's take like 20 minutes to watch all the cutscenes for the secret episode. Hold up. I just thought about something. Did they ever fucking explain why when Aqua defeated Terranort, just a portal to the Realm of Darkness opened behind him? Is there like a reason why? Was that ever explained? I mean, why? That seems so random. The Guardian costed to try to escape? To try to escape to the Realm of Darkness?
Their
Well, I don't know.
birth by sleep.
Oh, God. Ew.
And
Is it because she remembered from the 5 seconds that she met him on? Is that what we're supposed to believe? That she remembered a little kid that she met 11 years ago? And she's crying because that little kid that she met ended up saving the world. That she wouldn't even... No, whatever. No Roman numeral, by the way. Just a freaking... Just a straight up 1. Birth by sleep was 0. I guess they didn't do the Roman numeral because there is no Roman numeral 0. Zero point? That's just bullshit. Okay, here we go. You are reading that right, ladies and gentlemen. That is 0.5. And it takes place before 0.2. Bravo. Bravo. Genius. They totally planned this all along, guys. Is Nomura a mastermind or what? He was defeated by math. You see, like here, this leads into 0.2. This is where 0.2 starts. They literally had 0.5 before 0.2. A fragmentary passage. There it is. There it is. Right there. Doesn't get any more obvious than that. Anyways, this has been Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I guess I'll see you guys in 2019. Bye.